If you have searched for what is the IB mission statement and you still feel unsure how it actually relates to your everyday practice, this video is for you. I am Dr. Carmen Millán, an educator with over 15 years of IB teaching experience, and I now support educators and school leaders who are new to the IB in order to develop clarity, confidence, and effective practice. In the next few minutes, I'll explain what the IB mission statement really means, show you how it translates to everyday classroom practice, and help you see why it should act as your professional compass, especially if you haven't had any formal IB training yet. If you are new to the IB, here's the most important thing to understand. The IB mission statement is not primarily about results, it is not about exams. At its core, it sends a very clear message that your role as an educator is not just to deliver content, it goes beyond that. The real aim is to develop rounded human beings who can function in the real world and can contribute to make it a better place. Yes, the IB has very high academic standards, that's true, but it is not academic excellence at any cost. It is academic learning inside a values-driven education. So think about it as brains, but also character, knowledge and care, achievement and responsibility. And that balance is not optional. It is the foundation of IB practice. And this is precisely where many new IB teachers struggle, and understandably so. If you haven't yet had any training, it's easy to focus on wanting to cover content, preparing students for assessment, getting through the syllabus. But the IB mission statement invites you to pause and ask deeper questions. For instance, what kind of learner is this lesson developing? What kind of attributes, dispositions, and not just knowledge are being nurtured in my lessons? How does this learning connect to the world beyond the classroom? And this is where IB practice becomes distinctive. Like in many other great organizations, the mission statement only works if everyone owns it. Teachers in classrooms, heads of department, senior leaders, school staff in general, and yes, also parents and the students themselves. If it lives only in leadership documents, the mission statement is just nice words on paper. However, if it's present in every classroom, in every school display, school office, present in every corridor conversation, then it becomes culture. I have a lesson about this in my IB Starter Kit course. There's a link in the description if you want to check it out. So if you are new to the IB, here's your safest first step, and it's refreshingly simple. Take the mission statement and break it down into each individual objective. For instance, to develop inquiring students, or to develop knowledgeable students, or to help create a better world. Then ask yourself, what am I already doing in my lessons that supports this particular objective? What am I not doing? And what could I easily incorporate to start implementing it? And that's it. As a new teacher, you don't need to panic. You already know how to develop academic knowledge. What we're asking you to consider now is aspects such as where is the care, the critical thinking, where is the real world relevance and the human impact. So you don't need a new scheme of work. You just need to consider the framing of your learning tasks. When the IB mission statement is brought to life, you will find that three things change really fast. First of all, students become more engaged because learning finally feels relevant and meaningful. Secondly, teachers enjoy teaching more because lessons become more like conversations and not just solo performances. And thirdly, communities benefit because students see that what they learn actually matters beyond the school gates. Engagement rises first and then results naturally follow. It's important to also note that there isn't just one single IB way. So there are teachers who decide to incorporate real-world problems into their lessons, or to add ethical discussions, or bring examples from other cultures. Others decide to start smaller and to focus on better questioning or promoting a student voice. They're just different styles, but they all have the same direction and the same objective. and that's intentional. You will see that the IB isn't prescriptive. It is a framework, not a script. The fastest way to fail at this is hiding behind jargon. And there is a lot of jargon in the IB. Statements of inquiry, global context buzzwords, key related concepts, ATLs, complicated planning grids. The thing is, if you cannot explain what you are doing and why you're doing it without IB vocabulary, you probably don't understand it yet. And that's normal. Understanding comes first, terminology comes later. So if you want a low risk, high impact approach, I suggest starting by making your content relevant. So ask yourself, why does this particular topic matter now to my students, to my community, to humanity? Where does this show up in the real world? Who does this affect? You simply need lessons that connect learning to real life issues. Here's how experienced IB teachers think. They ask, how does my teaching nurture those attributes that will make my students better learners and better citizens? And this mindset works anywhere, IB or not. It's professional judgment and not just compliance. My final advice, and it's important, don't try to do everything at once. This is how good intentions normally collapse. Take small steps. Keep students at the center of all your efforts. Focus on progress and not on perfection. Because the IB mission statement is not about producing perfect students. It's about enabling young people to become the responsible leaders of the future, the responsible leaders that we need. And that's a job worth doing properly. And if you are a school leader watching this, the IB mission statement is actually a very powerful onboarding tool. When new teachers arrive, especially those experienced in other education systems, the mission statement provides a shared language, a shared purpose, and a shared understanding of what good practice looks like in an IB context. Strong IB schools don't assume this understanding, they build it intentionally. If you're new to the IB and you're looking for structured, practical support to help you translate your previous teaching experience into IB-aligned practice, I would love to work with you. I work with individual educators and also with schools through online foundation courses that I've designed, guided professional development, and resources specifically designed with new IB teachers in mind. You'll find links below to explore what might be right for you. And if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe to the channel, and above all, share the video with someone you think might need to hear this advice, because clarity at the start of the IB journey makes all the difference.